Welcome back. Learning the game of life. John Wetzel is a regular panelist here on Morning Light, but he also helps coach high school football players, teaching them faith-filled lifelong lessons both on and off the field. Earlier, I spoke with John. So talk to us about your role as a coach.
Yeah, it's actually my favorite job. A job would be strong because I volunteer. But it's really, certainly there's the on-field part. I love football. I love coaching linemen, big kids, and I love the strategy and all that stuff. But it's as much about mentoring and helping young men primarily, although we had a female, the head coach's daughter actually was all conference. Shout out to Sarah Miller. But it's really about helping people develop in this game of football, which is a lot like life. There's challenges and all this stuff. And with football, it's impossible to win unless your focus is on your teammates and helping them do better, which is, you know, the Christian love your neighbors first. I mean, so it's the perfect game to coach life, in my opinion.
How do you weave the gospel into your coaching?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things let me start with what I do poorly, which is, you know, looking like a Christian all the time. It's an intense game. So if you saw me from the sideline, the question is, if you saw me from the bleachers, would I look like a Christian? I don't all the time. So I got to lead with that. But it really is, it's capturing those moments where you teach the lessons. And in some ways, when people know your faith and lead with your faith, it's assumed to be a Christian lesson. And then sometimes, and we have a very active fellowship of Christian athletes. We have a lot of students. We do a lot of Bible study. And so when it's kids who are really engaged in that, it is the perfect vehicle, either on the field or, in a lot of times, a lot of our kids are dealing with stuff. It's increase in children who are in foster care, children who are maybe in challenging circumstances. They don't have a lot of places that they can get their pro-social supports. That's what these athletic programs are, and that's what this community that Coach Miller created is. And that's really what it's really the opportunity to really show what Christianity living today is. And that's really loving your neighbor and helping them, and then helping the next generation develop to be the people we need to take care of us, at least me as I age.
Well, and it seems you're seeing more and more athletes, you know, proclaiming their faith. And I think that is so important.
I mean, every successful football program I've been involved in, college, high school, there's been a Christian core of it. And so you see it a lot in athletes. I see it a lot in athletes. I see it a lot in people coming out of challenging environments where, you know, you're a kid growing up in a tough environment. You know, Christianity is a real port in a storm. So to build off that and recognize their Christian faith as a strength for all of us, and to build off that and expand it. It's so great to see these kids witnessing to what the impact that Christ has had in their life. It's really cool to see.
So we know one team wins, one team loses. How do you prepare the players for things like this?
I never prepare kids to lose. But I do help them figure out what to do if they do lose, but we prepare to win at every circumstance. So it is really I think what Christianity has taught me is that the world, it's both and, right? And so you prepare for the best outcome, but when the worst happens, there's another play, right? And you keep moving on. And that really is, it really is the Christian message. We're supposed to have the optimism to know that how it's going to end, but recognize that we have bad moments and we have bad days and bad stuff happens. And sometimes it's horrible. It's unspeakable. But there's another day and there's another, and that's what your faith, that's what Christianity promises all of us. And so there's lessons, and it's not like you miss a block and I go, you know, Jesus died so you could block better, son. No, but there's moments where you capture that and you just make those lessons that they hear sometimes in the locker room or in Sunday school, you make them real for them on the field. And those are the kind of lessons that I tapped on. Fortunately, I had people in my life do that. So it's a real cool opportunity.
Certainly, these are lifelong lessons. You're learning the game of life, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.